It's of course ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Fans here, these fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. So that's got things underway. Fabio Cannavaro, Jim. Some people credit him with making defending fashionable again.
I didn't know it had gone out of fashion, Peter, but yeah, his exploits certainly led to the guys at the back getting a bit more credit.
Yeah, and I'm sure for you that's a very welcome development.
And long overdue.
Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. Rafinha was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. And this is Kane. Gabbia gets it clear. Well, they've got it back in a hurry. Pass somewhat off target. Now it's Rafael Leao. Rafinha, can he get it through? Oh, played through for the wide man. That's a decent clearance. Now it's Rafael Leao, and he's worked it through. Oh, that's well spotted. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it came to nothing. Now it's Yildiz. Rafael Leao. Well, the less said about that pass, the better. Caicedo.
Well, neither team has yet managed to impose any authority, and as a consequence, this game's just drifted.
Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
Cambiasso, excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Messi. That pass has been well intercepted. Might be dangerous. It's Kane! Goal! Barcelona! First blood drawn. It was a great finish. He put it away with great poise, dead-eye accuracy.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
Barcelona have taken the lead.
Yeah, but I think they all know too well that things are far from done here, and while there's never a good time to be caught out, you definitely don't want it to be now.
Now there's a find, and he shoots! He's got a goal! They are really purring here, and they have extended their lead in the blink of an eye. Well, was he ever going to miss that? Of course he wasn't.
And the first thing he's going to do here, Peter, is thank his teammate for the pass. It put it on a plate for him.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch.
And no, that is pretty much the end of that. Great ball if he can get there. Cannavaro promptly onto that, and that is that. Gatti. And a shot! Just cruising! They are cruising! A quite incredible spell. They are flying. A momentary lapse exploited with glee.
Well, you've got to give him credit for pressing so quickly there.
A case now of complete control.
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down. But they'll need to do that pretty quickly. It's composure from here.
Kashima Antlers have a free kick. Oh, no messing about, it is red. Well, there may be some scope for debate over the seriousness of the offence, but none over its repercussions. They'll have to see out the rest of the game with 10 men.
Well, sometimes a loose foul can trigger a completely different spell of play, and it makes even less sense.
Ajic. And it's Cambiasso. Oh, that's fabulous. Referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time. Well, that was as one-sided as it gets. Only one side have shown up here, and they're just tearing it up at will.
It's an eye-catching scoreline, but it's a fair reflection on what we've just seen in this first half, Peter. Now they just need to make sure they retain their focus until the very end. No slip-ups.
Barcelona 3-0 up at the break, precisely as they would have dreamt it. So we're just settling back into this second half. Caicedo. Rafinha. Kane. And Rafinha. Barcelona ran themselves into the proverbial cul-de-sac there. Gordon. And here's Kane. Spread it left. No, that's too long. Now it's Yildiz. Threads one in. Can he latch on to this? Well, clearly he didn't mean it that way, and he is as disappointed as anyone.
Pity that, because it had a decent chance of progressing.
Caicedo. Barcelona are simply cruising along with this 3-goal lead. Oh, that's... He's having a shot! Sticks it away! It could be a lifeline! 2 more needed! Oh, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
The danger was always there, Peter. We all knew they'd be pouncing on any slip or any sort of indecision. They need to sharpen up or it's going to happen again.
So is this the start of a comeback? Donnarumma gets rid without sophistication. Searching pass he's played there. Caicedo. James. Messi. Akanji. Rafinha. And it's Messi. Now it's Kane. And he's picked out the... Messi! And the ball's come loose here.
We'll simply have to tip his hat to the keeper here, because that was a magnificent save.
It's Kane! And he has kept it out somehow.
Kane really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
And we have our very first corner. Cleared without hesitation. And now a sudden chance to counter. Donnarumma breathes a sigh of relief as he gets his hands on the ball. And no, that was never going to make it. Ajic. Now it's Rafael Leao. That is a great pick out. Donnarumma gets his hands on it, and the danger is averted. Now it's Messi. Great vision. Now it's Messi. Rabiot makes the interception. Now it's Openda. And here's Rafinha. Aims beyond the defence. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that face-to-face with the big chance! He scores! Drama at the death! Is there time for one more twist? The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
Yeah, that's what the game is all about. Excitement and entertainment. What a lovely moment.
And he Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. What a game, what a show. Both sides robustly going about their business, and that has turned it into quite a spectacle. It's the sort of game after which you feel it's a shame anybody had to lose.
Request for support
Messi
for
taking in the accolades, having been